that is the same kind of a message. We thank him for the miracle that made us a child of the King. We thank him for his mercy that saved us. Hallelujah. So Greg and I are going to sing this one called Mercy Walked In.
pretty slick to pulpit on wheels. It's my turn it down just a little. Amen. How's everybody tonight? Do you remember the day that Jesus came into your life? Do you remember the day that you asked Jesus to come into your life and the excitement that you felt? Do you remember all the things that have happened in the days since then? When Paul was trying to convey to the Romans all of this that he felt in his heart, he really wanted them to get that. He really wanted them to understand it. And tonight we're going to be reading out of Romans chapter 12. And I tried to search through chapter 12 and find the right verses to read, and I did. Because I'm going to read all of them. Because that's the only way we come together. And in the very beginning of chapter 12 Romans, we're all very familiar with. But listen to it as we read it tonight, as we open the book and we begin to look into God's Word, what Paul is really trying to convey, because he had a very big passion to try to convince his people to accept Jesus Christ. So listen to what Paul says. But before we read, let's go for the word of prayer. Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for the worship time that we had. Father, we thank you for all the musicians that play with us. And we thank you for each one that's here this evening, as we come together in this place. To lift up the name of Jesus, to just lift all that he's done for us, and to hear his word. And we give you praise and thank you for this word right here, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Now in chapter 12 of Romans it says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God. And then he says, this is your reasonable service. That's one. This is your reasonable service. That's the reasonable amount that we can do for God. He said, I beseech you, I'm asking you to kind of think about this. I want you to get a grasp on this, that present your body a living sacrifice. A sacrifice is something that you've taken, you've given it away so they could be of a better benefit to you. And this sacrifice is our life. And he says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you might prove that which is good and acceptable in the perfect will of God. Be not conformed to this world. And that's pretty hard to do. Today, the world that we live in, it's pretty hard not to be somewhat conformed to it, because there's a television, and there's a cell phone, and there's an electric guitar, and there's all kinds of things that attract us to be conformed to this world a little bit and be part of what's going on. But Paul is saying, think about it. Get your mind wrapped around it by the renewing of your mind. Start thinking about things in a different way. And he's trying to convey a way to live our life and to rejoice in the things that are going on around us and to be aware of what God is doing in our life at all times. So it goes on to tell us in verse 3, for I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to, but to think soberly according as God hath dealt to every man the measure of his faith. Now Paul said, don't get so excited to think that you're better than anybody else. Don't think that you're too high of yourself, but just the measure of faith that you have, what God has given you, the strength that he's given you, the peace that he's given you, all that you have. Each one of us have a gift. Each one of us has something that we can do. Each one of us have little bitty things. Some of us have great big things. It's all the same. It's all things that God gave us to do. That we can rejoice and we can be happy and we can do it together. That we can come together in this place and we can come together in lots of places. There's people all over the world coming together to worship and to praise God. And we can do that through the grace that he has given us. The measure of grace, what Paul says. Whereas we have many members in one body, and all the members have not the same office. We think about all the things, all the different places, all the different jobs, all the different things that people do, all the different ways that we live. And yet, in God's eyes, in the spiritual realm, we're all one body, and we all do different parts. And if we're not doing our part, it affects the rest of the body. And Paul's saying, you need to get this, you need to get a grasp on this, and you need to come together, and you need to learn to worship God together, and be of one mind, and be of one accord, and be doing things that edify God's body. Because it takes every part working really good. So we being many are one body in Christ, and every one members of one another. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the portion of faith. Paul says, whatever gift you have from God, just do it as much as God has given you. Don't try to overdo it. Just be joyful in it, be happy happy in the life that you have, and learn to rejoice and be in a state of celebration all the time. How often do you really stop and think about life and being able to just pray, having the peace that comes from having a relationship with God? How often do you stop and really think about it? Or you just run and use it whenever you need to use it? It's kind of like fire insurance. It's kind of like, well, when things aren't going so bad, I know I can go pray to God. And God says, Paul is telling them, we need to get to a place that we're in celebration, we're in jamboree, we're like this all the time. It's not just on a routine basis where, okay, it's Sunday, we're going to go down to church, or it's whatever day it is. We're going to do this every day, Paul says. By the renewing of your mind, by getting in a place of celebration to where when somebody says, why are you just so happy all the time? Well, I'm always celebrating because guess what? Oh, how I love Jesus. That makes me happy. We all get excited. We all stand up. We all sing along the little song, oh, how I love Jesus. But if somebody else ain't singing it, we think we can't sing it by ourselves. We can't have that joy all by ourselves. We think we have to get together, and Paul says, no, by the renewing of your mind, learn to live in this spirit of just celebration all the time. The spirit of always being joyful for your celebration. I thank him for the miracle that he made me a child of the King. The miracle that God did by sending his son Christ to this earth, that we could have salvation and we could be sons of God, that's enough to be happy about any given time. But yeah, we put it on the back burner. There's a lot of other things to do where we don't really give it a lot of time. But Paul's saying, I beseech you, brothers, I'm asking you, please, by the renewing of your mind, this is your reasonable service. This is the least you can do for the man who died on the cross for you. This is the very minimum. And yet we seem to think it's so hard. For ministry, let us wait on our ministry. For he that teacheth, wait on his teaching. Or he that exhorteth, on exhortation. He that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligence. And he that showeth mercy with truth. And love be without dissimulation. Harbor that which is evil, cleave to that which is good. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another. Celebration. We get together for all kinds of celebrations. We get together for all kinds of ways to raise our hands and be happy. And yet when it's time to come together in God's house and worship God, we feel like we have to kind of suppress that. No, we need to be happy. We need to celebrate. We need to be thanking him for the miracle. I thank him for the miracle. Our big broken, roll to the right. I thank him. I'm happy that I have that joy. I'm happy that it's there. I'm happy that I can reach out to it anytime. I don't have to wait until I get somewhere. I don't have to wait till there's a jamboree. I can do whatever, and I can do it all so much more when there is a jamboree. I can come together with everybody like this, and we can have a celebration, and we can celebrate Jesus. Amen? And we don't have to wait for a special time. Whenever we get together. And Paul says, I beseech you, brothers, get it. Get it. Get on time. Be not slothful in business, be firm in the spirit, serving the Lord, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. You know, the Lord has shown me as time is going on, as people come forward, we invite people to come up and let us pray with them. I prayed for lots of things with a lot of people. But God has been showing me the most important thing that I can do. When you come forward and ask for prayer, the most important thing I can do is remind you to pray every day. Remind you that prayer is what's going to open that door. Prayer is what's going to bring you to a place of being in the presence of God. It's that prayer, it's that coming to the place where we say, you know what, Lord, I want to talk to you for a minute. You remember when you were young and you wanted to talk to your grandpa or you wanted to talk to your dad or something, you go up and pull over the shirt to him, hey daddy. And when you finally got their attention, the girl said, yeah, what? You were just happy, like you didn't even care what he was going to say. I got his attention. My little grandson, he doesn't care what's happening as long as Papa's paying attention. And God is the same way with us. If we'll just go to God and get his attention, all of a sudden what we're worried about ain't going to be important anymore. What's important is that I'm close to God. What's important is that I'm in His presence. What's important is that I am experiencing Him right here, right now. And nothing else, because everything else just kind of melts away when we get in that spirit. Now, Paul goes on and he says, rejoice in hope, patient in tribulation, continue instant in prayer, distributing to the necessity of the saints, giving to hospitality, bless them. Yeah, here's the part that we really don't like. This is the part of Romans 12 that we say, well, this is the hard part. To bless them which persecute you and curse not. Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep. Be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits. Recompense no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. If it be possible, as much lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. If it be possible, he said, with everything in you, live peaceably with everybody else. This has got to be our primary focus. I got to learn to live peaceably with all mankind. And why is that? Because he goes on and says, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay them, saith the Lord. Therefore, now here we go again. This is what we start saying. Well, you know, there's a lot of things that I can rejoice and I can be happy, but you know, sometimes you gotta be thinking about making sure things are right. Therefore, if an enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in doing so, thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head. Be not overcome. And this is what drives all the way to this last verse, which is very strong, very short. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. See, in our world today, we have a process of how we deal with evil. We have a process, and when somebody's evil, we have a set of rules, we have a set of plans, we have a set of things that we do to people that are evil. But Paul says, you know, if you'll fight that evil with good, you'll win. If you'll just love one another, and if you'll just share the love of God, if you'll learn to rejoice, if you'll learn to be in a constant mind of prayer, and if you'll learn to just celebrate your salvation every day of your life, and be as kind as you can to everybody that comes your way, and if your enemy is hungry, you need to feed him, and if he's thirsty, you need to give him a drink, and you recompense evil with good, and God will take over from you. And you'll have a peace. See, Paul's not teaching us. God doesn't teach us these things to make things better for everybody else. God teaches us a way to live so that we can have peace. If we live according to the way God instructs us, we'll have a peace that surpasses all understanding. God doesn't tell us in His Word, well, if you do all these things, all them people around you will be happy. God says, if you'll follow me and do the things that